All right, Social Studies 9, listen up. Mr. Harris's big comparative essay on revolutions is coming up, and this is your guide to absolutely crushing it.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way. I know what you're thinking. A big in-class essay with no notes? Yeah, that sounds kind of intense, but trust me, it's not as scary as it seems. With the right game plan, you're gonna do great.
And that's what we're here for. We're going to break it all down step by step so you know exactly what to do to write an essay that's going to seriously impress. All right, let's get into it. First up, what is your mission exactly? What is this essay all about? Let's make sure we're all on the same page with what Mr. Harris is asking for. Okay, so here's the deal. It's a 5-paragraph essay in class. You're comparing the American Revolution to another one you've studied. And here's the magic formula, the most important part. You're focusing on 2 similarities in their causes and 1 difference. That's it. The whole point isn't to just list a bunch of facts you memorized. It's all about showing you get the connections. All right, now for what is, seriously, the most important sentence you're going to write in this whole thing. Your thesis. Think of it like a blueprint for a building. If the blueprint is solid, the rest is easy. Get this sentence right, and I promise the rest of the essay almost writes itself. I mean, look at it this way. You wouldn't want Mr. Harris's favorite team, Manchester United, to just wander onto the field with no strategy, right? Of course not. That's how you get a disappointing result. Your thesis is your game plan. It's your strategy for winning.
Hey guys, Mr. Harris here. So I don't know why I didn't copy the full thesis. But the full thesis says both revolutions were resistances to colonial rule and motivated by Enlightenment ideas. But the American Revolution was caused mostly by political and economic complaints, while the Haitian Revolution was caused by the deeper need to end slavery and dismantle an entire racial system. So based on that sentence, one should be able to figure out, okay, it's going to be about the American Haitian, and here are some similarities, for example, like political and economic, whereas, there's a big difference in regards to how it affected and impacted racial relationships, as well as racial statuses in each country.
Let's look at what makes it so good. First, it names both revolutions. Then, boom, it lays out the 2 similarities, resistance to colonial rule and Enlightenment ideas. And then it clearly states the big difference, political complaints versus, the massive need to end slavery. It's your whole argument right there in one powerful sentence. So, yeah, it's basically a formula, like a recipe. You've got your ingredients, Revolution 1, Revolution 2, Similarity 1, Similarity 2, and the difference. You just mix them all together into one clear, awesome sentence. That's your thesis. All right, thesis statement, nailed it. Now, let's talk about the actual building blocks of your essay, the body paragraphs. And for this, we have a secret weapon, a little something called the Peel method. Peel is just a super simple 4-step process. It's foolproof, really. You start with your point, then you give some evidence, then you analyze it, explain what it means. And finally, you link it back to your big idea, your thesis. Point, evidence, analysis, link. Peel. And you can see it right here in that example essay. The point? Both were about anger over colonial governments. The evidence? Super specific. The Stamp Act in America, those unfair laws in Saint-Domingue. The analysis? It explains why that mattered. Both felt the empire was just using them. And the link? It connects that feeling right back to the idea of rebellion. See? Perfect. And hey, since Mr. Harris is a millennial, he probably loves a good acronym. So just remember PAL. It's going to be your best friend for writing these paragraphs.
I have no idea what being a millennial has to do with acronyms, but okay.
Okay, probably the biggest question you have is, what do I use for evidence if I don't have my notes? Good news, you don't need to be a trivia champion. Seriously, don't sweat memorizing a bunch of dates. All you need is maybe one key person, like George Washington or Toussaint Louverture, or one big event, like the Boston Tea Party, or even just a big idea, like natural rights. That's all you need to make your point. Okay, so we've got our blueprint, the thesis. We've got our building blocks, the Peel paragraphs. Now it's time to put it all together. Let's look at the full structure of your 5-paragraph essay. This right here is your roadmap. It's super simple. Paragraph 1 is your introduction, with that awesome thesis statement at the end. Paragraph 2 is your first similarity, built with PEAL. Paragraph 3 is your second similarity, again with PEAL.
Paragraph 4 is your big difference. You guessed it, using PEAL. And paragraph 5 is your conclusion. That's it. It's that simple.
All right, following that plan will get you a good essay, for sure. But how do you level up? How do you get a great essay? The secret is understanding the rubric, knowing exactly what the judge is looking for. And this is the magic number, 7. That's the target score you're shooting for in every category. It's the top score, and you can absolutely get there. Okay, let's talk critical thinking. This is huge. A level 4 essay just kind of describes things. It's like, here's a fact about the American Revolution, and here's a fact about the Haitian Revolution. A level 7 essay is different. It's constantly comparing and contrasting, explaining why things were similar or different. It's not just stating facts, it's using them to build an argument. That's analysis. And for the knowledge score, check this out. It's about flawless use of terminology. What does that mean? It means using the right vocab. When you drop in terms like natural rights or social hierarchy and use them correctly, it just shows you're on another level. It shows you really get it.
And kind of piggybacking on that, make sure that the knowledge presented is pertinent to the topic at hand, as in it is something that relates, right? So for example, if you're talking about the American Revolution, you start talking about Washington having wooden teeth, or that he's 6'3", or his mom's name was Abigail. I don't know if that's true, but those type of facts, if they don't relate to what you're talking about, that doesn't mean anything, right? So make sure the facts that you do bring are facts that are meaningful to the bigger picture that you're talking about.
Okay, we've gone over a ton. So before we wrap this up, let's do a super quick final checklist. Think of this as your pregame huddle. First, get that blueprint thesis right. 2 similarities, 1 difference. Second, Peel power. Use it for every single body paragraph. Third, evidence. Just remember 1 key person, event, or idea.
So personally, I would say probably need more than 1. So I just wanted to put that out there. I didn't want people to come with just like, here's Boston Tea Party. I'm just going to talk about that a lot. I would say it should be more of a mix of a variety of events and people that you're bringing with you as quote unquote knowledge that you can utilize with critical thinking, as well as present that you know this information. You're demonstrating your understanding through good communication, right, with a 5-paragraph essay.
And fourth, analyze, don't just describe. Know what the rubric wants. If you keep these 4 things in mind, you're going to be golden. Look, you've already done the hard part. You've done the research. You know this stuff. All we've done here is give you the structure, the game plan. You can totally do this. This is your chance to show off everything you've learned. So, I'll leave you with this question. What story is your essay going to tell? Because you're not just listing facts. You're telling a powerful story about why people fight for their freedom. Go beyond just the basics and tell that story. You've got this. Now go ace that essay.
I think this last bit actually connects very well to something we've been talking about all year, right? Which is the so what, right? So why even write about this topic? So make sure there is a so what element to your writing. So thank you to Notebook LM. They helped make this video. Again, I know many of you already use this app. It's quite good for kind of putting information together. Good luck on the finals. Although, I'll see all of you guys at least for a few more classes. Hopefully this video plus the exemplar and kind of like last notes on a 5-paragraph essay will be helpful. Other than that, yeah, just feel free to email me if you have any questions, etc. Just please don't email me the night before, like at 2 a.m. But yeah, that's all from me. Take care.